Friends, in this video, we're going to talk about asylum. I'm continuing my series on options for people who have overstayed their visa in America. We've spent quite a bit of time talking about the family-based process. Now we're going to shift a little bit to humanitarian options. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Latoya McBean Pompey, an immigration lawyer in New York, working with clients all over the world on complex immigration matters. Visit us at McBeanLaw.com to learn who we are and what we do. You may also call or text our office at 516-866-3900. Also, guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe now and hit the notification bell so that you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. Now let's talk about asylum. Asylum is a terrific opportunity for people who have been persecuted or fear persecution back in their home country because of their race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or the fact that they belong to a certain social group. This video is not going to get into a lot of nuances with asylum, but I will tell you it is very, very complex. So you want to work with a lawyer on your filing and get it done right. Folks who apply for asylum are able to add their spouse and children to the filing so that they could also get a green card through this process. One must file within a year of coming to the United States, but late application filings are accepted if the individual can argue very well. Again, guys, this really requires some expert help because there are exceptions to the 1-year filing deadline. Applicants are able to also apply for the work permit or the employment authorization document and also a travel document. Now, once an application has been approved, you can then apply for a green card after 1 year. Now, let's talk about how asylum can get very, very tricky. And I'm going to start off with the late filings. The late filings is an issue that can mess some people up. I'll just put it that way. It can really mess you up because if you don't understand the type of circumstances that the government will accept for the late filing, you're just filing that application solely for the purpose of being shifted into immigration court removal proceeding. Asylum applications filed the wrong way is like a feeder system into immigration court proceedings. So approach your late filing with a lot of caution and with expert help. Now, the second issue with asylum is this. If USCIS denies your application, they're just going to send you right into removal proceedings so that you may make your argument before the judge. And depending on your jurisdiction, guys, there are jurisdictions where the asylum approval rate can be 70% or even 80%. And then there are other jurisdictions where the approval is far, far less than that. So you've got to know your jurisdiction and you've got to know, and this information you can even get on the website or with a Google search, really. You could see how asylum applications are considered by immigration judges in your area before you go ahead and file that application. The third issue with asylum is, and this builds on what I said earlier about how complex it can be, is that you need to have a lot of good evidence. You have to show that you're not the only one who knows about this problem or this persecution or the fear of persecution. There are other credible witnesses and hard facts that you can show USCIS as well as an immigration court judge that you were persecuted or you fear persecution. It does require, guys, a lot of good evidence. And if USCIS doesn't get the evidence that they're seeking, then again, they'll move you into removal proceedings. The next thing with asylum is that it could be a pretty lengthy wait time. And many of you know this because you contact us all the time asking whether you can expedite your asylum case. And we consider whether your case is one where it makes sense to submit a request to the government to expedite the case. Because I will tell you guys that sometimes it's not a good thing to expedite this type of case because especially if your evidence is very weak and your expedited request is approved and then they call you in for an interview and you're denied and you go right into removal proceedings, going into removal prematurely can really cut off some options that you have in immigration court. So you want to work with a lawyer to analyze whether your case is a case where you should just allow it to pend or try to get it moved along faster. You know, I must say this, that not everyone go through this lengthy wait time. And as a matter of fact, I had a wonderful consultation about a week ago or 2 weeks ago with a woman who filed her asylum application in 2019 and had her interview the same year, and she was approved, and she has her green card right now. And so for some people with a very, very solid case, it can work out that way. And also if they're in a jurisdiction where the docket or the caseload is very light, so to speak, yeah, the application can be processed faster than a jurisdiction like New York. Now, the last tip that I want to leave with you is that frivolous asylum applications can come back and hurt you in the future when you have a credible case. For example, if you have a credible marriage case now, or your child has turned 21, your U.S. citizen child, and he or she can file for you now, and you have this frivolous asylum application on your record, it can be an issue. Now, I will say that we've handled this issue very successfully for our clients who had filed an asylum application in the past, and now they have a real good case to bring before the government. And so there are ways to handle that application that was filed in years past that have some credibility issues. Now, certain things you could recover from, other things you may not be able to recover from, right? It depends on the information that you had shared with the government in that previous filing. These are the things that we sort out with people when we meet with them during a consultation. And then certainly when we take the case and we work with the client, we go a lot deeper to help them get the outcome that they're seeking. Guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Proceed with asylum cautiously and with expert help and get it done right. Otherwise, the application can lead you in removal. Share this video with other people. Give it a thumbs up as well. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Thanks so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.